The universe stretches out before us, immeasurable, boundless, ancient. It is a cosmic ocean, a realm of light and shadow, a place where the laws of physics govern the lives of stars, galaxies, and everything in between. And within this vast expanse, one star, our sun, gives light and life to a tiny, fragile world, Earth. It provides the warmth that sustains life, the energy that drives the rhythms of nature, and the gravity that binds our solar system together. But what if our sun were not the immense, radiant star we know today? What if it were smaller, much smaller, perhaps even less than the size of Earth itself? What would that mean for us, for our world, and for our place in this cosmic sea? In this imagined reality, our sun is no longer the dominant force at the center of the solar system. It is a small, weak star, a mere flicker in the dark. Its gravitational pull is not enough to hold the planets in their familiar orbits. Earth, once tethered securely in its place, would begin to drift. Slowly at first, imperceptibly, but over time, it would wander further and further from the diminishing warmth and light of the sun. The once perfect orbit would become unstable, and Earth would find itself floating, lost in the vast emptiness of space, with nothing to anchor it. In this new world, the force that has shaped our existence, the force of gravity, would become less and less reliable. The rhythms of our days and nights would be altered. The cycles of the seasons, the delicate balance of ecosystems, and even the flow of time as we know it would be disrupted. Earth would be caught in a cosmic dance of uncertainty, one where nothing is guaranteed and everything is in flux. As Earth drifts further from the sun, the consequences of this cosmic imbalance would become immediately apparent. The warmth we take for granted, the warmth that gives life to the oceans, the forests, the grasslands, this warmth would begin to fade. First, the oceans would start to cool, their vast bodies of water turning into frozen seas. The temperate climates that once nurtured so much life would give way to an eternal winter, a bitter cold that would choke out the diversity of life. The plants would wither, unable to photosynthesize in the dwindling light. Animals would struggle to survive as the food chain collapses. What once was teeming with life would turn into a barren landscape, devoid of the vibrant energy we so often take for granted. Earth would transform into an icy, inhospitable world, a cold and silent planet that echoes the fragility of existence in the vastness of space. Humanity, too, would face the ultimate question. How do we survive when the very thing that sustains us, the sun, becomes a distant, fading ember? Our cities, our civilizations, our advancements, everything that we have built would be rendered useless in the face of an unstoppable force. The technology we have developed would become inadequate, unable to fend off the cold that slowly seeps into every corner of our world. We would be forced to confront the truth that no matter how advanced we become, we are still bound to the whims of the universe, its forces far beyond our control. The fragile web of life on Earth is sustained by the delicate balance between the warmth of the sun and the protective embrace of the Earth's atmosphere. If the sun were smaller, that balance would no longer exist. The oceans that once teemed with life would become ice-covered tombs. The lush jungles, the vast plains, and the mountains would be replaced by frozen deserts, a landscape forever altered. Even the very air we breathe would change. The atmosphere, so vital for life, would begin to lose its warmth and its ability to retain heat. The once thriving ecosystems that support life, animals, plants, and humans alike, would collapse, leaving behind a lifeless, cold, barren world. The delicate dance between life and death, between warmth and cold, would be severed forever. Yet, there is another fate that awaits. If Earth were drawn too close to this small, dying sun, the outcome would be far more immediate, more violent. The sun, though faint, would still radiate heat. Heat that, if it reaches Earth, would become overwhelming. The delicate balance would shift dramatically. Oceans that once covered the Earth's surface would vaporize into steam. The atmosphere, already fragile, would be consumed in the heat. The once vibrant blue planet would become a charred, molten ball, its surface seared by intense heat, its oceans boiled away, its lands turned to rivers of lava. Earth would become a furnace, a planet in its final, violent death throes, consumed by the very star that once gave it life. Beyond Earth, the entire solar system would feel the effects of the sun's diminishing power. Its gravity, too weak to maintain the delicate orbits of the planets, would send them spiraling. Some would drift away, cast adrift in the cold expanse of space. Others would be pulled into the dying sun, consumed by its final fiery breaths. Moons would break away from their planets, adrift in the void. The solar system, once a well-ordered collection of celestial bodies, would descend into chaos. The story of our solar system would be one of disintegration. The once stable motions of the planets, each with its own perfect path through space, would unravel. Chaos would reign, as the sun's once predictable gravitational force becomes a chaotic, unstable force. The planets, the moons, the asteroids, each would be cast into new, unpredictable paths. Our solar system would become a fragmented, drifting relic of what it once was, a mere shadow of its former self. Yet, even in this inevitable destruction, we must remember that the universe itself does not end. The stars, like our sun, are born, live, and die. But the universe continues. It is a vast, endless cycle of creation and destruction, of birth and death, and of the timeless progression of time. Our sun is but one of countless stars in a universe filled with wonder and mystery. It will die, as all stars do, but its death is not the end of the universe. It is simply a chapter in a grander narrative, one that stretches across eons, that continues beyond the reach of our understanding. We are but fleeting beings, born from the same cosmic dust that forms the stars and galaxies. Our lives, though brief in the grand scheme of things, are connected to the stars in ways we can hardly fathom. And in that connection, there is a beauty, a transcendence, a story worth telling. So, what if the sun were smaller? What if Earth were to drift away, or be consumed by its dying light? The answer is clear, for it is in the nature of stars and worlds to rise and fall. The universe, vast and ever-expanding, has its own rhythm, its own eternal cycle. We, too, are part of this cycle, momentary, fragile, but precious nonetheless. As we look up at the night sky, let us remember that we are a part of something much larger than ourselves. A cosmic dance that stretches from the farthest reaches of space to the deepest corners of time. It is in this moment, this fleeting instant, that we exist. And it is in this moment that we find our meaning. For in the end, we are not just stardust. We are dreamers, we are explorers, and we are witnesses to the wonders of the universe. And perhaps that is the greatest gift of all, the ability to wonder, to question, and to marvel at the beauty of it all.